Welcome to this special drum talk, and today I'm going to talk about how I do recording sessions. One of the things I like to do in my studio is actually do recording sessions for local artists and friends. Today I'm doing a project called the Transient Friends. My good friend David Urbinati is the producer, arranger, general plays a lot of the parts on all these songs. And today we're putting a drum track on a song I believe is called 1984. I was calling it Watching Over You. And I originally tried to just send him a track last weekend, but the problem was, and I may put a little bit of this in, is it's hard to kind of know what somebody wants when they just send you a raw track and you send them something back. And this is the problem with remote recording, unless you really dial in exactly what somebody wants. So I have way more fun when I actually am working with somebody, standing in the room saying, okay, play this, don't play that, especially when it comes to a song that requires such simplicity to make work. Now, the other thing that happened in the last week after recording the original hour of takes that I sent him, basically, which is what I did. I basically recorded for about an hour, sent him about 5 or 6 different takes. He liked different aspects of each one, but nothing enough to kind of like dial it in. He felt we could get it better if he was in the room, and I agreed with him. But the other thing that got added during the week was the purchase of these D-Drum red triggers. So I bought a set of D-Drum red triggers on eBay. I've been wanting to do this for years. This was a purchase, didn't cost a lot of money. My friend Matthew Jackson gave me an Alesis drum module, and I've had an SBDSX for almost 10 years now. I've had this. I don't use it to its full capacity. I've had my friend Pat O'Donnell gave me a Dawes pad. I've got a kick drum pad. Now I've got a whole set of E-pads that Matthew Jackson gave me. And me and E-drums, I've got a love-hate thing. I love the sound of Simmons drums. I hate the look and sound of E-drums trying to be acoustic drums. I just do. And I hate the feel of V-drums, believe it or not. So whenever I see somebody playing real Simmons pads, that really is kind of a turn on. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's that 80s thing I love. But they really are a one-trick pony kind of thing, and that's why they didn't last. But I love that era of music, so I've been playing some of that era of music. This song has got that vibe to it. It's 1984. So the Simmons sound was in it. So part of what we did on the session, which did not come out, was the choice of sounds. And we went for an E-drum kit from the Alesis that basically were on the toms triggers. Basic E-drum kit that I kind of dialed in a little bit. And then we had a different trigger for the snare and a different kick drum sound on the kick trigger. So what you're going to see us doing today is me playing along with the triggers in my headphones. He's getting some tracks, 4 tracks of triggers and sounds to go be used in the mix, and the acoustic drums. So we're doing both. And this is pretty much the kit I used for the session. There was no China. This was something I just used on a Yes song. So the China was missing because the China is kind of a little funky anyhow, but that's another story. But basically used 16 thin, 18-inch Paiste crash, Paiste big beat ride cymbal, a pair of Dimension hi-hats, 13-inch heavy, light heavies, and my 505 medium bottom over the 2000 regular hat. I don't think I hit the Dawes pad once, but it was in there the whole time. And of course, I'm using my Black Beauty 5x14 with a drum trigger on it. So what we're going to go through today is you're going to watch a recording session. And I'm going to edit this. We spent about an hour on this. That was all. It took about an hour, and the take is made up of basically pieces of the session. So I'm going to take us to the takes that ended up being on, because I kind of know where it broke down, and you're going to go hear the banter back and forth. Now, there's not a great shot of David or a great shot of me. We're basically one camera in the room rolling while we're working. And I will try to cut some of the space out. But in the end, we actually do listen to the final take and how we went for it. And it's not great audio. The drum audio is going to be camera audio only, unless I find a way to do something else with that. And someday I'll actually have the song and it'll be released on Spotify and part of the Transient Friend project, which has got 12 songs. I'm only playing one. So this was the one where they used real drums. Most of the project was done with electronic drum samples. Matter of fact, part of playing this track was I had to play with the original loop that they built, drum loop that was built in Logic's drummer program. Had a very strange fill that just made no sense to me at all, and I had to play through it each time I listened to it. So when we do listen to the final version, you'll hear that loop in there too. But this is the process of doing a recording session. This is what the banter back and forth is like, working with somebody. David's a good friend. We like to go back and forth and try to figure out what he wants. I'm here to serve the music. Drums serve the music. That's what it's about. So this was the kind of project where I had to serve the music, lock it in, lay it down, and give him what he wanted. So he has something for his final version that's going to be what he's looking for. So I hope this setup gives you a little bit of a picture of what we're going to do on this drum talk today, and gives you a little bit of my world happening at the end of March 2022, bringing some E-drum triggers. You'll hear more videos from me with the E-drum triggers, and it won't be an everyday thing, but it's definitely something going on this week. So I've had a lot of fun with them. Hope you enjoy this video. Stick around. See what happens. So keep it straight, no half times, go to the right cymbal on the guitar solo thing, some of those big fills, and...
Well, like false builds.
False builds.
And then right before the key change, I'm just imagining a big tom hit. You can splash in the chorus, the instrumental chorus. I'm hearing some of the splashes on the 4 rather than the 1, or like the 4 and 1. Let's see what comes out, and then we can modify it from there.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right, I'll just play from the beginning. The triggers are coming through here. So for that, I'm imagining like a false build without the splash. So I know that stupid drum loop fill is throwing you off, but if you could just do like, does that make sense?
So you just don't want any setup.
Not for that part, not there.
That's the first time around?
Yeah. Okay, here's one thing. I wish the bass guitar was louder, because I think I just like the false builds into the choruses. Because the vocal, he's coming in with the vocal and as a pickup, and I'll be watching, or you're the spark to my fire, da, 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 and I'll be watching. Yeah, I don't want the splash to cover his vocal.
It's not so much the fill, it's the hit, the crash cymbal?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then here, I like the double kick there. I liked that you threw in a double kick there. I thought that was cool. Maybe you could go like boom, ga, boom, boom. Just I just want to like a hit on the 4 and let it ring out, and then come back. So not like a...
And no crash?
I want to try it without crashing into anything.
Okay.
For now.
Let's try it.
That's a lot more like it. Yeah, I do think there are some places you can splash or like crash towards the end, but yeah, I like that feel. What do you think?
That's what you want. It's cool.
Do you think that the 4 on the floor in verse 1 is the right thing, or should it be
pocket?
No, I mean I like leaving the snare out, but I don't know because it's I guess from a percussion standpoint, I'm thinking. It's 4 on the floor, and then it goes to the 1 and 3. Does it lose energy when it does that, or is it?
It's
fine?
different energy, I think. I think the 1 and 3 kind of does work on this song. I like the 1 and 3 better than the 4 on the floor. I tried to do it with the 4 on the floor and the snare in 2 and 4. It seemed too pushed.
So could you go? Could you do the groove without the snare and just the kick on the?
Just 1 and 3. Just 1 and 3 the first time?
Yeah, would that work? Or
we could do something like.
And then, that's better.
You want that?
That's better. Yeah.
Right. One more?
One more. Let me listen through real quick. It's so good to keep the grooves the same there because of the way "'cause you're a doomsday love." It sounds so much more dramatic. I like it.
Good. All right.
I feel like you wanted to do something here, but you didn't, and I'm thinking you can. Like it's like a one hit. Like on the and.
Do you want me to do something like a tom thing, like?
Yeah.
One of those kind of things.
Yeah. In that second pre-chorus.
All right, second time around.
Yeah, and then my only question is on that false build. Should it start like a little bit sooner? Or is it starting in the right place? 1984. Yeah, if you start too early, then it's too much.
Yeah, you said I was on top of it, so I was trying to hold it back to when it was finished.
Yeah, you're right. Just a boom. I just want to try it. Instead of bum, 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 just doom, 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 boom.
Oh, you want, yeah. All right, right there. Gotcha.
Yeah. Is there a way you can hit it so that the floor tom is the thing that's ringing out? I don't know if I'm thinking of a just a single hit, like a. I don't know if it's tom and snare.
All right, let me try it. You want me to punch it, or you want to do one more?
Let's do one more. I just want to talk about the last chorus real quick. What you've played up to this point is great. Let me see. I don't know why I keep hearing. Can you, for the sake of my own. Dun, 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 dun. I think I want the false build to start. Like, Dun, dun, dun. I think it's just like.
You want the 3 and 4 and?
I think so. Yeah.
All right, take it the same place, I guess.
Okay.
And I'll just stay on the hi hat. That's what I have to do.
Right until the.
Right. I don't. I thought I was somewhere else.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Now I'm
you got
completely lost, but that was cool.
yeah. So it's after you go, it's straight, and then in the pre-chorus is where you go to the.
Right after Doomsday Lover, then I can start doing the Phil stuff.
Yeah.
Before that, do nothing.
Yeah.
So let's go back to this. Then I hit the hit, and then I go to this, and I stay straight for a while until I hear Doomsday Lover. Then I get to do the dum dums, and then the builds.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So everything you just did in the bridge is great. My only note for the bridge was here, and then
I come into the ride cymbal. I see where. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 2 bars into the bridge.
All right, 2 bars before the bridge.
2 bars before the bridge.
All right.
Yeah. The only thing is, I think what I'm hearing for the end there is. Now I'm debating if we should even crash because of the way the vocal comes down. Do you like it? Listen to the vocal. Tell me what.
It's not a natural thing for me to do, but yeah.
The crash, the way we're doing it.
The way we're doing it isn't natural. It's nothing I feel. So.
What would you feel? Not a crash at all?
I would have done Tom thing.
Okay, do the Tom thing. I think it might be. Let me just start in the same place and just do.
Okay, let's try it again.
You're right. That's the better decision.
Can I move my camera for this reality show I'm in? All right, this is David Urbinati listening to the track. All right, there you go. From the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
You caught me dreaming what I don't understand, but oh, I think I wanted to. And now you're all done thinking that it might be the end, but the sky is falling down. And now you take me by the tip of my hand, and we're moving at the speed of love. And you're all I see because the lights go down, and I pulled your heart out from the lost and found, and now it feels like we're the only ones around. And I'll be watching over you, and I know that you'll be watching more. there's no one around, like it's 1984. Oh, and I'll be watching over you, and I know that you'll be watching more. We can dance till forever, like there's no one around, like it's 1984. Like it's 1984.
Yeah, it's cool.
Dig it?
Yeah, I dig it.
Me too.
I did. The only thing that got me was right up at the top, going back to like 9, where the cut for 9 was. Can we go back there? Where the punch at 9.
Here?
Yeah, let's listen again.
And I'll be watching over you, and I know that you'll be watching more. We can dance till forever, like there's no one around, like it's 1984. You caught me waking from.
Did a trigger get missed or something?
No, it just the feel bugs me right there. Did I do anything different on that one?
Let me see.
No one around, like it's 1984. You caught me waking from a death.
That fell.
Yeah.
You caught
I like the 8 one, but
84. You caught me waking from 84. You caught me waking from a delicate dream in a way.
yeah, I like that one better than 9. The 9 again. It just seemed like it didn't finish.
You caught me waking.
Boom. Tsk.
Yeah, it just didn't.
84. You caught me waking from a delicate
Other than
dream.
that was the only thing that kind of my ear hit. Everything else.
Dance till forever, like there's no one around, like it's.
All right. I have plenty to work with.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me be picky.
No,
I
that's
appreciate
what it's
it.
all about. It's easier when you're picky and you're sitting here than me being picky with myself and not giving you what you want.
Right.
So it's like it's much easier to work in the studio with somebody saying, "Hey, I want this, I don't want that," and then you can try to negotiate through it. And that's the point of the whole thing, you know.
Oh, I was saying it will be fun to mix those triggers sounds in because I do think they influenced the way that, you played stuff, which is exactly the point, right? Because
Yeah, I was getting a certain sound. I play to the sound, and when you get a normal kick drum sound, it does a different thing than with the triggers.
yeah, good thing with electronic kicks is they're really deep, most of the time,
Yeah,
if that's what you want.
and I have them at 100%, so you're getting 100%. You're really getting like the full thing. It's really not dynamic very much, It's, But then again, this music wasn't dynamic. This music, 80s music, was really. It was all about the electronica stuff coming out. The whole world had changed at that point.
Yeah,
And Simmons drums were.
it was like consistent. It was about consistency, right?
It was about everything was changing. We were becoming the grid. We were becoming sequenced. We were becoming lock to click. Prior to 1980s, a click track was something on a movie date. You didn't really like. I remember I played with a click track in '82 for a musical I played, and it was a moving click. It was like the conductor kind of conducted it and did a drum hit thing because we had a lot. We had to record vocals without. We recorded vocals with some mics. I don't know how he recorded. He was recorded something that we were playing along to in this musical Grease, and we all had to lock into it. And he did kind of a click through it with sticks.
He played the click.
He played it, so it wasn't even kind of metronomic. It wasn't like a Dr. Beat or something, And that was the first time I played with a click, kind of in any kind of way other than having one of those metronomes ticking back and forth on a practice pad. And then all of a sudden the 80s came and there were drum machines and click tracks, and we all had to play to them, and it was scared the crap out of guys. Really did. When I went to Nashville, that was my problem. That's why I got axed. It was basically, well, we're spending too much time here because you're not dealing with the click properly. You're a little moving around it. They all moved around it, but it was the way you moved around it was the key with the click track.
Right.
You know, and really what makes
Oh, you got rid of my other one. Okay.
Really what makes drumming is actually the whole idea that there's a pocket, there's a groove, and there is something that goes like this, and all musicians play like this. Sequencers don't sequence. So if you put live on top of a sequence, then it gives it a kind of a feel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where if everything's all programmed and locked to grid, then you kind of grid the feel out.
No, I like having like sequences and tracks, and then playing live over it. I think it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It feels fun.